I'm going to cut right to the chase and get to the exciting part, okay? The simplifier trade copier is kind of breaking news in the industry. It's something I'm sure Michael will comment on in a minute, but it's just taken the entire world by storm about this new technology, not just being able to copy a trade, but the traders and the way that they're doing things. This is completely different than it's ever been done. It's called the FX Simplifier. It's a way for you to open up your own brokerage account, connect it to a professional trader or series of traders, and kind of forget about it. You really don't have to do anything. I found in my career that's kind of what everybody wants. They want to make money without recruiting. They want to make money without really doing anything. But a funny thing happens when they start making money. They turn into massive recruiters because they can start showing their statements or their checks. So what if there was really a legitimate way to passively tap into this huge Forex market, right? I've seen 100 different deals, copiers, guys you can get signals from. I've seen it all. I've been around the block and back twice. This is the most amazing thing. I'm going to actually show you the results in a second that I've ever seen, because it's got something for everyone. So from my perspective as a team builder and a leader, I really am looking at non-MLM people who have mutual funds, money market accounts, all kinds of money sitting everywhere. Who would not want to have these type of returns? Even if the thing got 5% a month, folks, that's 60% a year compounded daily. So it's a huge market that's going to take off. I know for sure the company can handle it. That's really what they've been testing. And a lot of the times people are going, why can't they hurry up and do this and turn me on? Well, they're doing it right. And they really want to make sure that once this onslaught starts, that the simplifier system can handle the pressure of what's about to come, and it can. I know they talked the other day about 200,000 deals per millisecond being able to hit that thing, and it still performs flawlessly. So we're in for a ride of epic proportion, okay? What if your MT4 account could be 100% auto-traded? Folks, let me just tell you flat out. It means you set it up and you turn it on and forget about it. You do nothing. Absolutely no learning, no training, no closing trades, no studying charts, nothing. Now, if you want to do that, the company has a fantastic training division to help you learn how to trade on your own. But frankly, myself, I like to go play, right, as you can see. I like to be making money when I'm sleeping. I love to be making money when I'm riding my dirt bike, my motorcycle, fly fishing, and all the spending time with my family. I love making money without being there. That's called residual passive income. That's really what all of you want as well. I already know that. But believe me, when you see what I'm about to show you, you might think, maybe right, not off the bat, but maybe in a month or two or a few weeks, you might think about telling somebody, because now you have something real to show them. What a difference, huh? What if the initial setup took 10 minutes one time and you had full control over your account? You don't like what's going on, turn it off. Now, I've got all the disclosures on lots of things here because we're very compliant at Wealth Generators, okay? The stuff I'm going to show you is my own personal trading account, and you can lose money in the market. If that wasn't true, it wouldn't be real, folks. If you see something that never loses, run. It's a scam. It's not real, because in the market, now I'm going to talk a little bit about the MLA thing later that's never lost in 2 years over one day, ever. But that's a little bit later after we talk about the simplifier. So what if that were true? Now, if that were true and it actually performed, and you could actually see it happen in your own account without somebody hyping you or telling me how great it is, you'd get excited, wouldn't you? Well, I already know that, right? So it's a hands-free trade copier. Set and forget it. It's called the FX Simplifier. And what it is a series of traders feed signals to the simplifier, and it instantly copies into your accounts all over the world, instantaneously. I'm going to actually show you some, if there's a live trade, if we're in something right now, I'm actually going to show you that as well. But that's it. Now, that's very duplicatable. What do I have to learn? Nothing. We have to set it up. How long is that? A few minutes. I don't know. I can help you go through the process. But so how many people do I have to recruit? 0. How much can I make? Well, I can show you what it's been making. I can't promise you. If I had a crystal ball, folks, I wouldn't be doing the webinar, right? And you wouldn't be on it either. So what I'm trying to get at is this is dirt simple. And that, folks, is the key to duplication in our industry. Now, I really believe that documentation beats conversation, and especially hype. How many times in the last, let's just say 13 months, have you been hyped up? and told you wake up in the morning and you turn on this magical fantasy screen and you have all this money and you just get all excited? What if that were true every morning and it was actually real? That'd be fun, wouldn't it? In my account, folks, that I have with the company, this was on the 15th. This is how much I made in one day. Actually, it was one night. I love getting up now because I'm scrambling for the phone trying to turn on the app to see what I did. The very next day, which was the 16th, I'm pretty sure that's today, $2,680. And I started about 6.5 days ago, started the account with $50,000. It's made $15,242 for a total tradable amount starting tonight or whenever they do the next trade of 65 grand. Now, that's pretty exciting. You know, blue's good, red's not. That's as simple as this becomes. Frankly, I know a lot about trading, but most people don't, and not only that, they don't want to know. There's a lot to it. I know people that spend full-time 8 hours, 10 hours a day for years, and they don't obtain these results. So how exciting is that? This is the actual statement. Remember, these are based on my own trading account. Your results will vary. Trading contains risk and all that. If you can adjust the settings, I'm going to show you in a second, but here's my actual account. Here's the profit and loss, right? I haven't taken any withdrawals. Here's the deposit, and here's the total tradable amount. So when you have an account like this, say this starts tonight, I'm not going to be trading my percent, and my risk and my margin percent won't be based on the 50, it's based on the current balance. So you know what that means. That's higher, right? So who's getting a little bit excited? This is my real account, folks. Now, this is what the simplifier looks at. This looks like this is my actual account. This is a snapshot. Again, green is good, red's not. But let me just remind you, the bottom line is this, okay? If you don't see trades that are losing in some deal you're being pitched, run, because it's not true. Now, I don't care if they lose. I don't care if they lose a bunch, as long as they make money overall more than I can make somewhere else. Now, this is substantially more than you can make, and that's what we all want. Some people, a lot of people probably on the webinar, have been working their whole life trying to get ahead. They kind of got behind, life happened, their family, they didn't save, they cashed in their IRA, whatever the case is, and frankly, they need to catch up quick to get where they want to be. This is the answer. Now, I can't promise you what this is going to do, but I talk to Ryan Smith, the president, almost every day of the company. He's given me a lot of inside information about the traders have their ears pinned back and they're on fire, folks. You're going to see this happen for quite a while. And this is kind of what it looks like. You can go to the trade history. And in fact, let me just pull over, see if I can do this. Let me pull up the live simplifier. Here we go. So, for example, you can go here. Okay, oops. Trade history from the provider, which is the company, since inception, started June 1, and you go back and all the trades they've ever done. You can trade history follower, which is, in this case, me or you, and you can see what you've done since you've been turned on. On your profile, you can go through and change everything. Turn it on, turn it off, change your details. You can go and, change your accounts. You can do the settings. Right now, at this particular point in time, I have a 10% risk factor with 100% margin, but there's a lot of money in the account. I want to copy the trades if they're in a range of 10%, and I can change any of this anytime I want. I can go to 1% and change it. I can go to 20% and change it, and so forth. And make sure I don't forget. Leave it there for now. And you're in complete charge and control of your account. So I made sure that I put it back to 10, and I've been updated, and I'm cool. The signal providers talks about, wealth generators experts. So this is this might look new or different for those of you that don't have this turned on yet, but it's very simple, very, very easy. Notifications, password change, super simple stuff, okay? But here's the bottom line. Every morning when I get up, I turn this baby on and I hit refresh. Let's see if there's any, nope, no live trades right now. It would show right up here, and it would see if it's red pips or green pips, if it's making money or if it's not at the moment. This morning when I got up, I was in profit. So of course I jumped on the Skype room and all that stuff, and I cautioned everybody. I said, so many of you have asked me to give you daily results, and frankly, I kind of don't like doing that because, if they're up that day, it looks great, right? For marketing purposes, but it's not going to be up every day with this product. There are going to be days overall that it loses, but I don't care. I just want it to make a lot of money over a period of a month because I'm going to take withdrawals monthly. Now, you can do that anytime you want. You're in full control. That's just me. But the point is, if you watch it and look at it every day, you're going to be depressed if there's a losing day, and you're going to be excited if there's not. Don't do that, okay? Just understand that trading is trading. There's going to be losses. But so far, let's just look. I think I have it documented here. And again, you don't know what's going to happen, right? Right now, in 6.5 trading days, it's up over a little 30.48% on my account at my settings and so forth. That's pretty exciting, right? So I'm pumped up. What can I say? I'm excited because the last company we were with, I couldn't show those kind of results. Part of my marketing plan was, I was pitched it's the fantastic results of all these traders, and here's their histories. I couldn't get any documentation that was even true. It's found out that, the minute we started, none of them started winning. They all started losing. It was a disaster. So with this company, I'm not afraid to show you what it's doing. There's a couple losses in the last few trades, but they're mostly wins. So overall, we've got a pretty excited guy right here, right? So think about that as we go through this part now, and then we'll end up with the comp and we'll ask for some questions. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. So, everybody wants to do this, but it's so hard. It's so hard to build a big team with nutritional companies. Whatever you're doing, it takes so much work, and it's so hard to overcome everybody's objections. You know what I'm talking about. You call them up and they say, what is it this week? We're going to get rich again? I mean, how many times are you going to cry wolf and tell people that, I found the Holy Grail, it's going to be great? Pretty soon, each deal that doesn't work, folks, you lose a little bit of credibility, and that's just normal. But if you like money type stuff, this stuff with Forex is the only, real chance the average person has to make a lot of money without building a massive team. Because you can do it from both the trading initially, and then as you do trade, like I said before, you will turn into a recruiter unless you just want to hide this from your friends and relatives that you're making all this money. I had a guy tell me the other day, he goes, one time I joined a company and I didn't want to tell my neighbors and my family because they, MLM, oh God, not again, whatever. And so he didn't. A year later, he became incredibly successful, and he bought a new car. And he moved into a new neighborhood. He had his friends over that he's known since high school. And he said, what in the world is going on here? What do you mean? Well, you get a new house, you got this new car. What's going on? You hit the lotto? He said, no, I started working with this company about a year ago. He said, how long? A year ago? Yeah. I thought we were friends. We are. What do you mean? He says, well, why didn't you tell me about it a year ago? I didn't think you'd be interested. Not interested in making money? Why don't you at least tell me about it? Let me make up my own mind, ex-friend. So that story has sat with me for years. That's why I'm not afraid to try something new. And frankly, we had a pretty good thing going with our last company all the way around. And I think a good coach can call a play in the middle of the game and change the strategy. So that's really what we've done. So putting your money to work for you is really the only chance you have is to getting some of those dreams of traveling, maybe a motorhome, a second home, doing things for the grandkids, whatever you want to do. Let's face it, it's tough to make money. So if you find something that's real, you better latch onto it. And that's really what we've done here. Let's talk a little bit about the company. I've got to meet everybody except Mario, okay? The founders are not afraid to have you Google them. Let me put it that way. Okay, you can check them out. They're incredibly successful traditional business people, and in the world of trading, they're incredibly successful. I've never met a nicer guy than Ryan. Ryan's a fantastic, just a great guy. He understands leadership. He appreciates things, and he calls me, and I said, well, you gotta hate to bug you, Ryan, because hey, you call me for anything. So I really, really love working with this company. They're very transparent. Again, you can check them out. They've got, Michael, if you could talk about the acquisition when they sold their stock brokerage firm, but this is a really big deal with an all-star lineup of people behind it. So Wealth Generator has been around a while, a few years now, and they show people traditionally how to find money. Now, this is my background with financial services back to A.L. Williams. I used to talk to people about starting this financial plan with a mutual fund or a cash value insurance policy, and they said, great, I'd love to do that, man, but I don't have any money. I said, oh, well, what if I could find the money that you're already spending so you don't have to come out of pocket and it doesn't hurt you? Well, that would be different. So this company has tremendous tools that can help you find more money to trade with. How about that? In fact, I've got 4 webinars already planned with some slides from the past and exactly how to do that to beef up your brokerage account. We just talked about how to grow your money. I can sure show you how to enjoy it, right? And then we can learn how to give back, because if you have enough to take care of yourself, a lot of people say, I'd love to give, Gary, but I got to take care of myself first. I get it. I've been around a long time, folks. But believe me, if you can get to the point, and I've been there a couple times, where you're really starting to enjoy it, it makes sense to give and help other people and give back. So that's kind of what the company's all about, is showing people how to find and use the money they already have, grow it, have fun with it, and give. Now, Michael's probably not going to talk about the car thing. I call it the car thing. It's not a car allowance. But if you can build this up, and it may take you a couple of years. You might take off and go crazy right off the bat, because this really works. But instead of giving a car allowance and giving a person $400 a month or $600 a month to try to qualify for a car they have no credit and they can't qualify for anyway, ding, ding, ring a bell, this company will actually give you a car. He said, go pick out, Ryan told me, he says, go pick an $80,000, $90,000 car out and we'll give you the pink slip and the keys. I said, now we're talking. Now you have my attention, because that, folks, is different than anything I've ever seen. Michael, I'm sure you probably know that. So we try to find money you didn't know you had. You'd be surprised the things that this company does that I already kind of know how to do. So we're going to teach you that, changing deductibles, all kinds of cool stuff, okay, to give you more money to trade with, to put in your account. The best strategies for creating available money in your existing finances through budgeting, tax elimination, and tax itself. Not going to get into that in depth tonight. I just want to tell you a little bit about what else the company has. Step-by-step training created by financial experts, and boy, they are. Being a financial guy myself, I knew exactly what questions to ask quickly to know if these guys really knew what they were talking about. You follow me? And boy, do they. They really, really know what they're talking about when it comes to money and finances, because they're all incredibly successful. And frankly, none of them need to be doing anything. That's how much money they have from the acquisition and the selling of their own past company. So eliminating debt and maximizing the tax advantages of having a home-based business. I've got a really cool slide in one of my training things on the average person would save $600 a month in their net on their taxes if they had a home-based business. We have you complete a 30-day money miracle challenge to discover additional money free. So this has got a lot of cool stuff involved with money, okay? So I know everybody's thinking, well, that's great, Gary, but I got to make some first. That's going to happen, okay? But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you have a bunch of money, because a lot of you have in the past, and now you have none. So maybe this time do it different, right? Think about what happened in the past. And all of us have had a lot of money at one time, and now we have nothing, right? There's several people that were rich before, and now they're broke again. So this company really wants to make sure that doesn't happen again. Isn't that fun? So this is a company that really cares, and I don't care how many times you were at the top and crashed and fell off the mountain. This time, we're going to do it the right way, and we're going to get financially set and secure, and we're going to roll with that with the A-team. So making your money work for you, we talked about the best reviewed programs and strategies for growing your personal wealth through Forex, through alerts. There's been we have a record-breaking crowd on the call. I don't know, there's probably 35, 45 people that have just called me and said, Gary, are you getting these signals that they send by email and on your mobile app? And I said, yes. Have you traded any of them personally? I said, 2. How'd you do? I said, I won both of them. And they said, we've won every single trade. Now, that's not going to happen always, but the signals that these guys are sending out, they're killer. They've won every single trade, and I know that won't keep up, but that's pretty exciting if you want to do some of your own stuff, right? If you know what a pip room is, a pip is an increment of up or down in the Forex market, but the people that have got in these pip rooms are saying, how professional is this? Heavy duty, real training that makes a real difference compared to what they were used to. We talked about the Wealth Generator Simplifier, the MLA Algo Pack. Now, everybody's buckled up. This is a product, and I'd probably like Michael to touch on this because he was involved in it a little more than me, but this is a product that was being shopped in the American market, and 3 or 4 companies, including our past company, was in the running to get this software, but they did background checks, they did all kinds of stuff to make sure that the people that ended up with this were the right type of people to do it. And guess who got it? Wealth Generators. Folks, this Algo Pack software robot program has had no losses over a period of a day in over 2 years. Let me say that again. They trade 200 or 300 trades a day. It follows the market movements. It's a robot, automated software trading program. It has not had one losing day in 2 years documented. I actually saw it myself in person. I take people at face value. I try to be respectful, but frankly, I've been sold a bill of goods so many times, I'm sick of it. So I just say, no offense, but you got to show me. You look really nice and you sound really nice, but frankly, I don't believe you. Nothing personal, but you got to show me the money, baby. And boy, did they. And I recorded a webinar, if some of you want to see that, where they actually went into the back office of an actual account. And Michael knows who I'm talking about. And boy, I literally fell off my chair when I saw this. I said, oh my goodness, this is going to change the entire industry. If this thing can handle the volume we can bring, it's over. This thing can be bigger than Amway. Think about that for a minute. What if it only made 5 or 10% a month, but it never lost? How many people would you tell about that? Well, I'd have to be in there for a month or two. Great. Wait 6 months or a year. What if you're in it for a year and it never had one loss over a day's period of time? It has plenty of losses in the trades, but never closes without being in profit over a period of a day, ever, folks. How many people might you be able to get 3 and yours is free with that deal? So that's exciting, isn't it? They have equities. They have a tremendous success record with stocks, bonds, mutual funds, all kinds of stuff, gold, commodities, silver. We're going to talk about that at a later time, but they have equity alerts as well. I haven't personally done that, but I have been told and I was shown they're killer. Okay? So again, the alerts, you can mirror the experts. You get the alerts. You trade them in your own account. Okay, utilizing today's advances in technology. Wealth Generator brings the expertise of seasoned market experts directly to you, all for your monthly subscription. They don't take any of the profits out. You get all of it. How about that? Well, Gary, we've heard this before from other companies. I know. Trust me, I know. I've been there. Just wait until and we're going to show you how a lot of you that were in our old, I call it the practice company, we can get started and for $20 and try it for a month and not even have to pay for the package. We'll get you upgraded for free. How about that? So think about that for a second if you like to do the trading yourself. Okay, the Forex alerts provided by market experts. We talked about getting the signals and trying to trade it for yourself. They work on many different platforms. But this is the deal that the vast majority wants to have. They want the simplifier hands-free trading done for you. Set it and forget it. Never miss a market trade alert, because these guys that send the signals out send it to the simplifier, it duplicates it into your individual brokerage account. And I talked to Ryan the other day. I said, I'm sure you're watching what this is doing. I don't want to jinx it, but this thing is killing. And he goes, I know. He says, just watch and see what's about to happen. I said, okay, now I'm getting really excited. And folks, frankly, it takes a lot to get me excited about some business deal anymore, because I've been around the block 3 times. But I am absolutely on fire about what's happening, and I can prove it. I can see it, right? That's the difference, right? So in here, your trade orders are executed immediately. Your own account, you control your money. You don't send it to some company overseas that you don't even know an address or a phone number for, and hope for the best and roll the dice and buy the lotto ticket. This is your CFTC certified, regulated in the United States, your personal brokerage account. You can make it an IRA, a SEP, or Roth. I've already got a whole webinar planned on how to do a qualified plan with this stuff. So is that exciting? That's exciting. So you can turn it off and on. You say, gosh, I'm at 40% margin, and this thing's upside down. I don't know if it's going to turn. You turn it off. Get out of the trade. I would recommend that. I don't want to compete against these guys. Okay. Now, if they want to get on a motorcycle, that's different. But I don't want to compete with them trading. I just don't want to do that. Let the experts do their thing and go about your business. Right? I love waking up. This morning, like I said, I was in profit of $1,600, $1,800. I said, man, that's it. I didn't happen to look. There was another trade open. Okay. And those of you in the Skype room this morning following it, it was down quite a bit. I was still up ahead overall, but it was pretty close. And I said, you know, who cares? I know enough about trading to just, let's see what happens. Well, did it ever turn? Okay. And then they closed it. So it's very exciting, folks. Some of you don't even know what I just said. It doesn't matter. You make money. That's all you got to remember. So you fully control this. You can open up a brokerage account for as little as $200 with Forex.com, based right here in the U.S. And it works with the MT4 platform. So you can actually have it on your phone, like those phone things I showed you from my iPhone. Okay. Strategies, equities. If you want to get into the equity part, they do weekly options, the SPX, monthly momentum, S&P. You know, this is not a class or an overview. I want you to know that they have that. So if you like stocks, bonds, you know, commodities, things like that, this company has it, and they're killing it with that too. Pretty exciting. So let's look at some performance. Actual average annual results for the Forex MLA, 96%. Now, folks, listen to me. I sold mutual funds and, you know, advantage life insurance and annuity, you know, variable products, the whole bit for years. And you can't get anywhere near these returns. Okay. There's all kinds of hocus pocus going on with different financial products that make you think you can get most of the up when it's up and none of the down when it's down. There's always a cost if it sounds too good to be true for those products. This is actual results in your pocket, in your own trading account, documented. Okay. I'm excited. I understand. That's pretty good, right? Putting your money to work for you, there are really 3 reasons why individuals do not trade for themselves: lack of time, lack of knowledge, lack of money, and let me just add a 4th one, fear of loss. No risk, no reward. There are people, there are companies like this one that make a lot of money and can make it for you in the Forex market, but frankly, most people, I have people talk to me all the time, man, I got this trader, he does this, and he's so fantastic, and I can't get any documentation. For anybody here, I just showed you documentation. This slide right here is not one I made up. This is the company saying this. So that means it's real, right? The guys are very compliant. So, you know, you can get kind of to the 3rd triangle where you can enjoy it. Life was kind of meant for having fun, community, great adventures, family. We might start to do some trips and things. I know that it's hard to do anything without money, but what if you had some all of a sudden? Wouldn't that be exciting? So I got all kinds of plans for us after we all have some money, and you're going to love them. So incredible rewards, trips, events, and so forth. And there's a huge event in Las Vegas that's in August. We'll tell you about as time gets closer. So the 4th one is to give back. You know, I know that a lot of people go, you know, I'd love to do that, Gary, but I got no money. I can't even pay my own bills. I get it. I've been there. So what we're just telling you is this company has the whole picture. They have the whole thing. They want you to understand money, make it simply, you know, make it for you, not be very complicated, but then we want to teach you how to keep it and not get into the disaster that might have happened to you that you're in now. That is important to me as a financial planning type background guy, because it's not that tough to make money. Try keeping it, right? So I have many friends that have a lot of money. One that comes to mind is one of the founders of A.L. Williams, Bill Anderton. He told me the first time I really met him, he goes, you think it's hard to make $1 million, Gary? Try keeping it. And he went into this long dissertation about, I said, I never even thought of that. Wow. So we're going to teach you how to keep it as well. Okay. So if you learn, you can teach. At Wealth Generators, the fastest way to financial freedom is to help others discover theirs.